thing I can recommend when it comes to email marketing is don't try to fool people into opening up your email. I get so many emails that are like, oh, I'm just following up on my email from before, or with the RE, whatever in the line. Be honest, be direct, make sure it's useful and usable, and use links judiciously, because if you can capture them when they're in their inbox and they have a second, they'll click right through to whatever it is that you want them to see. That's all I got.
So a lot of people think, what should I do, email or content? And the truth is that there's a recent study done by Ascend and research partners that showed both content marketing and email marketing is tied as the #1 most effective B2B lead generation tactic. So it's not a question of whether you use one or the other. You've got to use both. Not just because they're both effective, but because you want to create a great experience for your customers. Continuity in message, whether you look online or whether you get a message in that inbox, has to be the same in order to create that great customer experience that inspires engagement and inspires action and transactions.
One of the things I find is happening with email marketing is that there's a break happening between the experience a lot of people are expecting of things like social channels and the way they navigate back to frequently to the same sites. That degree of personalization they're experiencing in those channels is now far greater than most of them are experiencing in an email channel. I think the tool set's there now for brands to really get much more serious about the way they take that data in and personalize content based on whatever inputs they can actually try to achieve, and perhaps even reduce frequency to be able to take some of that cost out, but actually make sure that the content you're sending out is far more resonant with the audience you're trying to target. So, even reducing the frequency and amplifying the different number of channels, or the different number of emails you're actually sending out to specific audience types.
Hi, my name is Matt Hines from Hines Marketing, and my email tip is basically a rule of thumb. The earlier you are in a relationship with a prospect, the shorter your copy should be. This is a message for marketers as well as salespeople. If you don't know the prospect yet, if they don't know you, the shorter your copy is, the more likely they're actually going to read it, they're going to engage with it, the more likely you're going to earn the opportunity to talk to them the next time. And the longer you go, the better your relationship deepens, the more attention they will give you, the longer your message can be. So, when you're trying to get to that next step, trying to get to the deepening of a relationship, start with short messages, efficient messages, and earn the right to say more.
So if you really want to think about being able to enhance your email, think about being more human with your email. Let me give you a really good example. So when you go in and you open your email inbox in the morning, do you do A or do you do B? Do you open your first email, start to read it, decide to continue reading it or delete it, or do you do B? Open your email inbox, delete all the crap, and then start to work on the rest? The answer is everyone does B. So how can we so quickly identify if it's an email we need to use and operate and work on and read versus one that we don't? And the answer is that in a fraction of a second, we've been trained to identify human emails. So think about that. What emails do you send to your colleagues, to your friends, to your family, to anybody else? And what do those have in common versus the ones that you traditionally send in marketing and the ones that easily get identified as marketing material? Right? So now that we're starting to use more automation inside of email, we need to really consider what is human and making sure that your emails are human, not just that they're marketing and that they're automated, but you're automating human experiences via email. If you can keep that in mind, you'll increase your email engagement rates and open rates and have a much better email program.
In my opinion, there's a lot of things. One thing I'd say right off the bat is be surprising. Find photographs that are disruptive and surprising, and create headlines that'll disrupt and surprise people, because people are getting a lot of newsletters. One great example, Ozzy. Ozzy's doing a great job with their photography and their headlines, and they're seeing higher engagement. Everyone can do that. It just takes being creative about the kinds of photographs and the kinds of headlines and videos that you're looking for in your platform.